Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, and thank you for trusting your intuition by coming here in this moment to choose a stack of cards, because your subconscious has a message for you. Will that message be underneath stack number 1, underneath Vesta, my warrior priestess, or perhaps it's under number 2, which is this beautiful fossilized shell? Or maybe your message today lies underneath stack number 3, which is the beautiful quartz obelisk. Go with your first impulse, because that is the one that your subconscious is telling you to go with. And while you're making that choice, let me invite you to subscribe to my monthly online magazine, Astrologic, because every month we bring you a brand new issue filled with the world's greatest astrologers, tarot experts, as well as experts in what I call well-being. That would include sound healing and soul awakening. So if you're interested in things like past life regression, learning to heal yourself through sound, plus, of course, learning how to read tarot, understand aspects about tarot from some of the most amazing tarot experts, then please tune in. And of course, our astrologers. This month, this coming issue, the September issue, will have chart analysis of Sinead O'Connor, as well as the inventor, the creator, the mother of Barbie, as well as a chart analysis of Barbie herself. That's just a couple of the things to look forward to in the upcoming issue. All right, I hope that gave you a chance to choose your stack of cards. And as we begin, I want to remind you of my favorite quote, the quote that I live by, which is by Albert Einstein, who said, "Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. This is not philosophy. This is physics." And so, let's take a look at the first stack of cards. We will move Vesta over on my Chartre Labyrinth and look at the top card, which is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint. Let's see what's going on. Okay, you have the moon. Moon energy, there are a couple of ways to look at this, and you will know which one resonates with you specifically. There are things going on in your dreams. Dreams have a huge message. Of course, most of you know that I do analyze and interpret dreams for clients all the time. And the moon card really indicates that it's very important for you to be tuning into your dreams right now for the messages they have for you. So that's what the moon card could represent. It can also represent a time of testing, meaning that you're ready to level up in a very metaphysical, spiritual way, but that there is something, there's a test that is standing before you can cross that threshold, and you will know what that test is. And if not, we're going to take a look at the second card, your challenge energy, to see what that testing revolves around. So let's see what we have. Well, okay. This is the Magician card. What this is saying as your challenge card is that while you are in a position of moon energy representing intuitions, as I said, tuning into your dreams, which represents your subconscious energy, and being aware of the things below the surface of your conscious life, here comes the Magician as your challenge to say that you need to trust your abilities, right? The Magician is magical, and we mean magical in all the ways that you can be magical. This is saying you're challenged by this, meaning you're needing to trust your abilities to, yes, interpret your dreams, understand what the deepest part of your subconscious mind is saying to you, because we may think we know ourselves from a conscious perspective, but we really don't. Our subconscious holds the key to what's going on within us. And this card is saying you do have the ability to bring all of this forward, but you're not trusting yourself to do that. So, third card is going to talk to us about your course of action called for, how to bring this confidence into your life. Let's take a look. All right, so it's the Nine of Discs here in the top deck. It's called Gain. And what this is referring to is that it's time to, well, actually, it goes perfectly with what my quote is at the beginning of every episode from Albert Einstein. This is saying, put into action the reality you want. Match the frequency of the reality you want. And while this sounds very esoteric, it's actually, you can do this in a very practical way. And here's how you do it. You put yourself in the mindset of whatever it is that you're wanting to be, how you're wanting to live. And that means feel it, breathe it, eat it. How would you dress if you were living that reality? What would you be eating? What would you be doing today? That's what you need to do. And that is what this Nine of Discs is saying you exactly need to do in order to gain this energy that you are wanting, to allow this magician energy to actually manifest within you and create this dynamic. That's what you need to do right now. This is an incredible spread that you have chosen, and it's showing a very pivotal time in your life, a very auspicious time in your life, when you are able to create exactly what it is you want. Number one, pay attention to your dreams. Hopefully you're doing that right now. And if not, Astrologic Magazine has so many dream symbols which you can look into and see what a house means, what a car means. Take that time to understand what your dreams are and understand that you really do have this ability to manifest what it is you want. And the way to do that is to indeed match the frequency of the reality you want. That is your message today, and it's the perfect message for you. I really hope this helps. If you do this, you will be amazed at what you are going to create. Okay, let's take a look at the second stack of cards. The first card we're going to look at is your overview energy, your energy from a broad standpoint. Let's see what's going on. Well, how wonderful. It's the sun. Of course, the sun represents victory. It represents success, but it also represents partnership. That's what these two little cherubs are doing right here. They're partners in this. So this is saying right now in your life, you are feeling success, you are feeling energized, you are feeling, living in the glow of something wonderful happening for you. And this is somehow related to a partnering. Now, it could be a partnering with someone else in your life. It could be romantic. More often, it tends to be something that's business related. It can also represent a partnership within yourself, of two aspects of yourself coming together to create a synergy that maybe you did not have before. But what a beautiful energy to begin with that you're resonating with right now. But we always have challenge energy, and that's what the second card is. So we're going to take a look at what energy is challenging you in this moment. You have the Two of Swords. Here in the top deck, it is called Peace. So what this is referring to, of course, sword energy is air. It represents the element air. It also represents intellect, our ability to logically resolve things, right? Now, this Two of Swords is saying you have been of two minds of something, meaning that you had a choice to make, that actually it feels like you still have this choice to make because this is your challenge energy. This card is saying you're having difficulty choosing between two things, but it's time to do that. And when we look at the Sun card that you have as your overview energy, this could mean that you have to make a choice between two things that may actually feel equally wonderful for you, or that there's just something that you're having to choose that you may be struggling with. This card is your challenge to make peace with this, even though you have this beautiful Sun energy. It's time to make peace and make a choice. So we're going to look at the third card to see what your course of action called for is, according to the tarot, which is reflecting your subconscious energy. Let's see what it is. Okay. It is the star energy. So as your course of action, what this is saying, and it's interesting because we have the Sun as your overview energy, the pervading energy with you right now, and your course of action is the star, both celestial objects, right? And both shining bright. So this is saying that you have the potential to make a really fabulous decision. And it could be that either way that you go, it's going to be okay. And that's what this feels like. The star energy also represents the ability to have a very clear perception about something, and to recognize, by the way, that you are a star. So if there was any doubt, if that is what this energy is pertaining to, then please turn loose of any sort of doubt, because you are a star. And this is saying your course of action called for is to recognize that, to resonate with that, to make the choice, which is going to be fine. You will make a good choice. I don't see either one, or I should say I don't feel either one of these choices as being a bad choice. And maybe that's why you are stuck in this position of not being able to make peace with the decision. So what a wonderful spread you have here, because the energy is going to continue, especially if you embrace, the Sun energy is going to continue. Let me finish my thought there. Especially if you embrace the star energy. This is just magnifying this beautiful astrological, astronomical spread here, right? And so it is necessary for you to get this energy moving by making a choice and being at peace with the choice. This is always saying, make it, don't look back, be settled with it, and move on, right? So I hope that helps you understand what to do in this situation. It doesn't even feel like a bad choice can be made here, but it is necessary for you to make the choice. Okay, let's take a look at the third stack of cards. The first card we're going to look at is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint. Let's see what's going on. Well, how nice for you. You have the Ten of Discs, wealth. Of course, discs represent it represents money. It can also represent our physical body, our physical environment. Wealth can represent more than money. We all know this. You can be wealthy in the friends that you have, in the relationship that you have. In so many ways we can be healthy. That is wealth as well. So this is where you are right now, and how nice for you. This is lovely. But of course, with every wonderful thing in our lives, there's also a challenge, whether it's big or small. So we're going to take a look at the second card and see what that challenge energy is, what the tarot, your subconscious, wants to call your attention to right now. Let's see what it is. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, and so we have the Eight of Wands. This is called swiftness. Now, this is speaking of a delay, something being delayed, something not happening as quickly as you would hope. Normally, swiftness, of course, means that things are moving rapidly, but this being your challenge card, it means they're not, that somehow the energy is getting stuck. And, you know, one of the things which is coming to me is that this card also can represent miscommunication. And so for things, even though you have this beautiful 10 of discs wealth, there's something challenging you in the fact that something's not moving fast, and chances are it is dealing with miscommunication. And so we are going to look at your third card, which is your course of action called for, to see what you need to do to get this energy moving well, or not move, because here is the Chariot. And say let me clarify what I mean by that. Chariot energy is very much about victory, right? I mean, he is ready to go and is going to be victorious in what he or she is headed to do here. You know, but here's the thing. He or she is at a complete stop right now. Why? Because in order to assure this victory, all of the aspects of this situation, whatever it is you're dealing with, needs to be carefully considered. All the options need to be thought through before you make a choice about what to do, how to handle this situation. Once you have carefully considered all of these things, then do move forward. That's when you unleash the sphinxes, right? And turn loose, and they can run, trust me. So here you are, ready to make this move, but please look at what you have not considered so far. The things that there's something you're missing, or the comparisons that you need to make, you know, the pros, the cons, whatever it is here, really take a close look at those, because that's what you need to do to understand where this challenge energy, this miscommunication perhaps, has come in that has kept this energy, this swiftness energy, from moving forward. Because once you do, it's going to take off, right, and move in the direction that you want it to be successful. This is so doubly so because of the Chariot energy and because of this 8 of Wands energy. It's just going to explode. And then this 10 of discs that you're experiencing already is going to be multiplied. So what a fantastic spread for you. There's some work to be done, though. You need to focus on what I'm saying here, because once you do, things are going to move even faster and even better for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Please leave your questions or comments below. I always enjoy hearing from you. I'm always here to serve you. And thank you for joining me.